Scanning for audio.
Hello, welcome to a Tin Dog podcast. As you can hear, I'm in the car. Microphone strapped up to the roof, well, to the sun visory thing. And I'm trying desperately to turn down the sat-nav. You see, I wanted to talk to you. And yes, I know I've been doing a lot of YouTube lately, but then I've been uploading the audio. But there ain't no video this time. Don't go looking for this is the audio version only. Yes, because that's what it is. The thing is, I really like my podcast. We're nearly at, well, in fact, to be honest, I'm pretty sure that this is episode 1200. Did you hear that? 1,200 chats, and that doesn't count the 366 recordings I did for astrology. Actually, I did more because they were monthly ones, but that's not important. What is important is I've been doing this for a long time, and I thought to myself, hey, there's YouTubers out there, and they chat, they do the same as the podcast, and they talk, and that's perfectly nice. And they get subscribers, and with subscribers comes advertising revenue, and with advertising revenue comes actual payment. I've been doing this for a hell of a long time. Don't worry, this isn't me stopping. This is me just talking straight to you, dear and largely ignored podcast listeners. You see, there's hundreds and hundreds of you. At one point, to be fair, there was, nearly 1,000 of you. But then I made a stupid mistake of saying I'm going to stop podcasting for a few months. And then I lost quite a few of you. And also I know that when the TV show's on, and I reviewed the Doctor Who on TV, I get a couple of thousand downloads. However, I thought in my head, because I'm an idiot, hey, I'm quite popular as a podcaster, I could be quite popular on YouTube, forgetting many things. Number one, I am of course cursed or blessed with a face for radio. Who wants to watch a bloke in his shed talk? I mean, it's just me talking. It's a podcast, and all you can see is me waving my hands around. So today, I'm driving to my parents because of an incident, which I'll talk about another time. They are fine, by the way. But on the way, I thought I'd strap up my recording kit and go old school with you, my dear and beloved, actually truly beloved listeners. Because spending all this time going, hey, I'd really like some sort of YouTube following. Yeah, I would. I've got 400 subscribers. But each recording gets about, 50 views at tops? I mean, alright, the Babylon 5 review that I've just done, that after one day has had 50 views. 50 views. I'm watching people do stuff and they've got thousands of views in one day. They're the ones that are actually making cash. I won't make a single penny until I've got 1,000 subscribers. 1,000 people wanting to listen to me. Such arrogance, such egotism. I don't think that's a thing. So, with you, my friend, we will chat. Well, I will talk in the same way I have since 2006 or 7, which seems like 100 lifetimes ago. I started this podcast when I was in my 30s. I'm 51. Yes, I'm thoroughly enjoying doing The Prisoner. But this is at its core what we're about. We're about chatting about Doctor Who. So today, right now, while I drive, and while I'm not using my phone to record the video on, so I don't have to, remember to turn off the airplane mode or whatever it is I'm supposed to be doing to stop the clicking noise, it's time to discuss the once and future latest story, the one with David Tennant and Missy and the Paternoster Gang, Martian invasion of Planetoid 50. I've been rambling for ages and I've only just mentioned what this is about. Right, Martian invasion of Planetoid 50. I would normally at this point read the synopsis, but let's face it, the synopsis has been largely the same from Big Finish, because these were recorded a hell of a long time ago. I mean, these were all recorded during the pandemic, during the lockdown, as you can testify in the extras. So, the story, as for the synopsis, is the Doctor is cannonballing through his own timeline, through his own regenerations. He is, of course, when he arrives in a specific place, paid by the specific Doctor who is currently playing them on Big Finish. Now, most of these stories have a couple of seconds at the beginning where the actor's played by one of the, let's call them the original 3 replacements, and then it goes straight in. But here we've got the first Doctor, Stephen Noonan, I believe, playing the part. Now, he has got a fairly grumpy voice, and because Strax at the beginning, Strax had said, "Big Finish for the love of stories," right? He said that, and then somebody steps out of the TARDIS going, yes. It's just a bit too Sontaran-y, and also I'm not as familiar with Stephen's work playing the first Doctor as possible. As an advert for his role and going out and getting the audios, perfectly good, very clever idea from Big Finish. We see what you're doing, we can. So from there we go into him wandering around. There's a bit of redweed, there's a journalist, there's some wandering around. Clearly the Earth, London, has been invaded by some Martians. We're in War of the Worlds, okay? Yeah, there's tripods wandering around, it's basically there. Now, of course, the box set says Planetoid 50, which, of course, as a MacGuffin, the Doctor is there to try and help sort out this bombing through his, regenerations business. It is not exactly the key to time. It's more, hey, there's a clue you need to pick up at the end of this episode. Yeah, done. You know what? If you were doing a Lego game of Doctor Who, you would not be pressed to use just this plot and just go with this. Seriously. You've got lots of Doctors being in lots of different realms, different, you know what I mean, different faces, and you can switch between a lot of them, and they all, eventually you end up at a level with a cutscene where somebody goes, hey, use the bleh from this bleh, and you know what I mean. I'm not going to spoil it, I'm not a monster. Yes, it's got Missy on the front. Yes, so you know who the villain's going to be. It's got the Paternoster Gang on the front, which, you know what, I am so glad, because I have missed them. Their audio adventures were superb. Genuinely brilliant. I mean, genuinely brilliant. So, you've got Jenny, can I just say, the actor playing Jenny gives the best hypnotised and under control by an alien creature performance since Liz Sladen. Oh yeah, yes, mistress, brilliant. You know she's been hypnotised, you know she's under control, you know what's going on instantly. Beautiful. Gomez, perhaps, possibly, arguably, the greatest audio version of her time as Missy is here. And of course, the Doctor, once the first Doctor buggers off, is David Tennant, who's on the front. You'll be buying this for Tennant anyway, won't you? I mean, you've probably already got this. And as always, most reviews if you think about it, are if you like this sort of thing, then you'll like this sort of thing. And let's face it, arguably the most successful Doctor of modern times. Out of the modern Doctors, Tennant is the Tom Baker. Yep, we just have to accept that and move on. But I really like blah blah blah. Yes, I know you really like blah blah blah, but the general public just go, hey, David Tennant, we love you. We really like you in Good Omens. We really like you in absolutely everything you've been in. Yeah, we get it, right? Hey, aren't you the robot in Ahsoka? Yes, you are, right? He's been a busy little bee. He works like Billy-O, and he's in this, and he's crackingly good. As always, we kind of learned to expect this sort of thing from David, and you know what? That's what we've got. We've got a perfectly good, very nice performance. In the extras, it's really interesting, because Gomez goes off script doing a bit of improv, and I was wondering when I was listening to it going, was that improv or written? Now that does mean that either the performance is great, or the writing's superb, or there is improv, or all three. But I hadn't realised that what David does is he was listening out to go, and when do I come in now? Because if somebody's improvising and you're on script and you're doing it remotely, that's going to be an extra level of stress. I suspect there was a bit more editing than usual. So, if you liked the Big Finish War of the Worlds, and for a start, why wouldn't you? Because as my review stated, it was bloody brilliant. I mean, seriously, absolutely superb. Then you just will love this. Yes, there's references to, you know, Jeff Wayne's War of the World and the books and the movies and the other movies and the other TV series and absolutely everything. Because War of the Worlds is just A, out of copyright, and B, absolutely permeates the UK culture. It illustrates the Blitz spirit. 60 years before the war. My favourite moment by far, and even David Tennant says, yeah, alright David Essex, is Strax playing the part of the artilleryman in the cellar, attempting to build a brave new world in the sewers. Yeah, alright, I'll say it out loud. I was pissing myself laughing. Starkey's Strax is just great. One of the single greatest comedy performances in the whole history of Doctor Who. And here is just great. But the thing is, right, I'm not talking about Jenny and Vastra. It's a tiny cast. You've got the... Well, hang on. You've got about 6 people in this? Plus the Martians? Brilliant. Just brilliant. Look, I'll let you go on and I'll let you, listen to the trailer. But I know you've already bought this already, and you're just listening to this to hear me go, hey, it was great. Well, you know what it was? It was absolutely brilliant. Yes, it's light-hearted, fun and frothing. Could have been dealt with immediately with the Doctor landing in... Well, it doesn't matter. But I don't care. I genuinely don't care. Because I'm loving this set. So until next time, be seeing you.
My scanner indicates that you may have been the Doctor at some point, or that you may be in the future.
That's because I'm stuck in a mid-degenerative state, probably.
From Big Finish Productions, Doctor Who, Once and Future, The Martian Invasion of Planetoid 50.
I think I must be a future phase.
Mistress, the alarm has been triggered.
Really? Has it really?
No. I simply will not accept it. Something is very wrong.
Now, listen, I have some questions. I want to see if your answers are any different to Jessamine's. Where are we, and when are we?
London, Earth, Victorian era.
But I always wanted a pet lizard. Oh, look. You've not touched your food.
Sorry, have we met? I've a head like Swiss cheese.
Oh. Well, look at you. I was hoping for one of the classics.
Time itself, along with our memories, appears out of joint.
It's them! Doctor, it's the Martians!
That thing's using its heat ray. Everyone out before it burns this place to the ground. Come on!
They're coming. Lots of them.
Because only one Time Lord would ever do something so mind-bogglingly, time-consumingly ridiculous.
Oh, you say such pretty things.
Big Finish, for the love of stories.
Oh, my dear Doctor, you have been naive.
That was the Tin Dog Podcast. Available on Spotify, iTunes, Acast, Stitcher, and wherever good podcasts are found. Get early access to content by subscribing to the Tin Dog Podcast YouTube channel. You can support the show at patreon.com/tindog. Contact the show on Twitter at tindogpodcast or email tin-dog@hotmail.co.uk. All of the things discussed are the intellectual property of others. No infringement is intended. The Tin Dog Podcast is a founder member of the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance.